Hey everybody, Michael the Librarian of Magic, finding and cataloging the magical and pointing you to it. Back here on October the 18th with another drawing of a Disney villain. We are over halfway now. It doesn't seem like it, but I've made a lot of drawings so far. The same disclaimers as always apply to those drawings. They can be found in my other videos. There are links to my videos at the end of this one. And with that out of the way, I will jump straight into today's drawing. Today's drawing is Megavolt from the early 90s Disney Afternoon cartoon series Darkwing Duck, one of the villains of Darkwing Duck. If you are unfamiliar with Darkwing Duck, it is basically a superhero story or take on most similar probably to Batman, but instead it's about a person who's a duck. There are crossovers in some of the characters with the DuckTales universe, particularly Launchpad McQuack shares both universes quite a bit, but they're connected. Darkwing is connected to the Duck universe. But yeah, he basically wears a cool purple cape and a cool fedora hat and goes out into the night to fight crime. And it's very Batman-esque, but there's also other nods to various comic book lore here and there. Megavolt, here, this character, the idea behind this character is his civilian name or his alter ego when he was a young man is a person named Elmo Sputterspark. And he gets, during his origin story, he gets bullied at a school science fair when he's young, and his science fair experiment on static electricity goes haywire and gives him the ability to absorb and project unlimited electrical current. So he basically has unlimited electrical power. The current, the electrical power that he has decided to harness has also fried sections of his brain, so he's very out there. He's pretty insane. One of the things you can tell if I kind of get close in is he's got like sort of one weird eyeball. That's indicative of him, and with the hair and everything, that's indicative of him just sort of being fried and just being kind of nutty. Because he has been damaged, he believes that any electrical device like toasters or light bulbs or anything like that have been enslaved by mankind. So he's always trying to steal and free electrical devices from places. And also, like, at one point he tries to go on a date with a light bulb or something like that. Like, he has relationships with light bulbs and billboards and all kinds of electrical items. He's very out there. He's really lost it. Megavolt is eventually, throughout the series, becomes part of a team-up known as the Fearsome Five, which is sort of the Darkwing Duck answer to, like, Marvel's Sinister Six, the Spider-Man villains, or maybe, like, DC's Legion of Doom, where it's sort of like a supervillain team. He shares the Fearsome Five team with the other Darkwing Duck baddies, Negaduck, who is sort of the evil and opposite negative Darkwing Duck, and he's really like Darkwing's arch nemesis, Negaduck. There's Quackerjack, who's kind of like a clown or a harlequin. Bushroot, who is a botanist who an experiment goes wrong and he becomes half plant, half duck. And then there is the Liquidator, who is sort of like, he's entirely made of water, but he's sort of like the Sandman from Spider-Man or Clayface from Batman, where he can, shapeshift into different stuff, but instead of like those characters, he's made of water. So anyway, that's the Fearsome Five, and Megavolt is one of them. So eventually there's a lot of supervillains. Darkwing Duck is a pretty cool show. A lot of those Disney Afternoon shows don't always hold up in every episode because they were really cranking them out, which is very indicative of a lot of 90s cartoon series, and not just Darkwing Duck. They're really, trying to sell toys and crank out episodes and stuff like that. But some of the quality is still really good on those shows. I think people remember them nostalgically, like I do, because of having it as part of your after-school ritual. You know, sitting down to watch the Disney afternoons when you come home from school, have an afternoon snack, and also they all had like really memorable and awesome theme songs for each of the shows, and Darkwing Duck is definitely no exception. When you're in trouble, you call DW. Um, but yeah, they had really memorable theme songs, and I think that's one of the reasons people are really nostalgic for the Disney Afternoon. All those Disney Afternoon shows are coming to Disney Plus, so if you end up being a subscriber to that, like I'm planning on doing, you will have access to these again, to be able to see these again, to see Darkwing Duck and Goof Troop, you know, the Gummy Bears, DuckTales, all those shows. So I'm excited to be able to watch those again. I know there are a lot of episodes that are really weak. I've seen some of them on DVD, but there are also episodes that are still really good, depending on the show. And Darkwing was better than some of the other ones, in my opinion, because it's got a cool superhero vibe to it, and the characters are really neat. And like I said, not every episode's great, but the designs are just so cool. Um, Megavolt also, I should mention, was voiced by Dan Castellaneta, who really everybody knows as the voice of Homer Simpson from The Simpsons, and like a bunch of other characters from The Simpsons: Grandpa, Barney Gumble, Mayor Quimby, Krusty the Clown. He's done a bunch of voices for The Simpsons, but he's most popularly known for Homer. He's also acted in lots of TV shows, in guest roles and stuff like that over the years. And he's also a well-known voice actor, but everybody predominantly knows Dan Castellaneta from The Simpsons. But he was the voice of Megavolt here, so that's a really cool piece of trivia. And yeah, it was just a really fun character to draw. I thought it came out really well. I wasn't able to find any sort of tutorial or anything for this one, so I just found an image that I liked and took a crack at it, and it came out okay. There are, you know, some the best drawing I think I've done, but it's really cool. I mean, you could definitely tell that it's Megavolt if you were to look up the image, and there are aspects of it I really like, so I'm happy this is in my sketchbook, and it's a nice reminder of good times with the Disney Afternoon from when I was a lad. So that's my drawing of Megavolt from Darkwing Duck. Are you a big Darkwing Duck fan, like me, or the Disney Afternoons, or maybe you didn't have any relationship with the Disney Afternoons, but if you're subscribing to Disney Plus, maybe you'll check them out. At any rate, I hope that this made your day more pleasant, better, for you to either think about having good memories of the Disney Afternoon, or just to see a really fun drawing and have a break in your day. So I hope that that was really great for you, and that you were entertained and informed. And I'm really glad that you're watching these videos. Thanks as always, and we'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Have a good one.